If you want me, I'm yours. Against the curse, against the absolute. Anything. Just say the word.
If you insist.
Good. Now our roots can deepen. Together.
Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 quest walkthrough. Lifting the Shadow Curse is perhaps the most demanding questline in Act 2. It requires you to follow quite specific steps and fight a few very tough battles. But as a result, you will gain trust from Halsin and he will join you as a companion. In today's video, I will take Minthara with me and walk you through the entire questline to lift the curse and recruit Halsin. Now if you're new here, I post game guides, reviews and walkthroughs for various games. If you found the content you like, please leave a like and consider subscribing for more. Now, without further ado, let's get started. First of all, for this method to work, we will have to have saved Halsin from the Goblins camp, and he will stay at your camp as a guest, so make sure you didn't massacre the Druid's Grove back in Act 1. Now from here, we'll be starting from the last night in waypoint, which is located here on the map. You will be able to get to this place early in Act 2. I recommend you to at least visit Moonrise Tower once before you initiate this quest. It will make traversing Act 2 much easier. Now we're getting into the house, going into this room. Just head this way, and you can see someone is lying in bed. He's unconscious. We want to talk to him. Now in the off chance when he is dead, we can also use Speak to the Dead spell on him.
Art Cullagh? I'm Thaniel.
Thaniel and me climbing up a tree.
We need you, sir. One of our own's been taken, a Grand Duke. You might know something that could help us bring him back.
We found him out in the shadows, just wandering. Nothing survives out there for long. Don't know how he made it, or where he came from.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise. The man's mind has been gripped by the Shadowfell, yet it has not broken.
The name he mentioned, Thaniel, is important for this questline, so we already get all the information.
Whoever it is must be someone important to him. He's been saying the same thing.
The rest of the option doesn't matter that much, but eventually we will get this option to check for personal effects.
This was in his pocket. He doesn't seem to have any reaction to it now, but he held on to it for 100 years anyway. Thank you.
Now she gives us a letter. Let's read it. The letter mentioned House of Healing, so that's where we're gonna go.
He was at the House of Healing.
But before we do that, we want to go back to the camp and talk to Halsin.
You wish to speak?
Let's inform Halsin about Thaniel.
He is? Then I must see him. Insensible or not, he knows something. Thaniel is no ordinary child. He is the very spirit of this land. If this fist knows where he is, then perhaps we can save him. Save everything. I will go to see him at once. Join me when you can.
Now Halsin just walks away, and we are ready to go to House of Healing. We will be starting from the Moonrise Tower waypoint, and House of Healing is just to the north here. So let's just go this way. You can avoid fight in the middle by going along the side here. And now we have reached House of Healing.
A House of Healing, from the looks of it.
Remember to do a save. Let's go in.
For us, there could be some useful potions.
Now the reception lady will stop us.
Here to see the doctor? Are we poorly? Are we desperately poorly? Oh, not so well. But well enough to wait. Join the line, and you will be seen.
The main goal is we want to see the doctor right now. So whatever option lead us there will work.
Yes, yes. But all must wait. The doctor's hands are full. Join the line. You will be seen.
From here, just pass a persuasion check. Minthara happen to have high charisma, so we do have quite a few bonuses here.
There's a hint of recognition in her eyes as she studies you.
The unseen wounds of war. The doctor's hand will close them. Down to the theater. Be swift. Be saved.
Now we are free to heading. Let's go inside to see the doctor. Be warned, the next few cutscenes will be very gruesome, so viewers' discretion. Most importantly, remember to save again.
The objective of the Scalpel Sisters is to soothe. For the scalpel indeed is an extension of Shah. See how the patient reacts when I but stroke the right nerve. Hear its comfort, hear the very melody of mercy. Pray, sister, show us the extent of your beneficence. Stop. Stay your hand, for it slaps where it should stroke. We can hardly hear the patient's sighs of solace. Perhaps it is our unexpected audience that makes you quiver.
Now you can go ahead just kill them all, but there are ways to make this fight much easier, or you don't have to fight it at all. So we'll be trying to trick them to say we are a student.
Absence.
Absence. No other word captures the heart of Shah so very perfectly. It is the scalpel-led journey that leads from pain to peace.
Gods! A living nightmare is this.
See? What is the light of eyes but the cancer that causes one to witness the laceration of being? If light is the symptom, then darkness is the cure. For in light there is presence, but in darkness there is absence.
In light is presence, in darkness, absence.
But you, look how the succor of Shah eludes you. See how painfully present you remain. We do not wish to see you suffer so. Let us cure you.
From here we have to pass the persuasion check and convince them the sisters are not ready to operate. Difficulty class 16 is so easy for Minthara.
Their incisions are, as yet, still streaked with imprecision. That much I must concede. How to steady their hands, I wonder.
Now, the next persuasion is not as easy. We want the sisters to practice their skills against each other. It's going to be a DC 21 check, so it will be much more difficult. If you failed, you will have to do the fight.
Yes, for are we not all in need of a cure? The scalpel does not discriminate. Let each and every one of you partake in its soothing journey. Absent sisters, acquaint yourselves. It is a proud moment when one sees one's teachings so lovingly taken to heart. You are to be commended for their graduation, rewarded with the promised cure. Come, I will acquaint you with the lady's dark-fingered embrace.
Now, the final persuasion is to have the doctor kill themselves. Let's see if we are lucky enough. Oh, 20 is too close. At least it's not a critical failure. I do recommend to use all the inspirations here. Trust me, it's worth it. There we go, finally.
Your diligence is exemplary. Very well. Your own scalpel you will be. Observe, then succeed me into the succor of Shah.
Now they're all dead, without us lifting a finger. Let's just do the body. The battered loot is the item we're after. Now we got them, let's head back to the last 19.
Has he shown any sign of...
And just going back to the room here, we can see Halsin is already here.
Do not...
Thaniel and me are climbing up a tree.
It's true then. He's met Thaniel. There's no other way he'd know that name. This is just what we needed. Well done. We need to wake him. He must know something about where to find...
Now this is where the loot come into play. Choose the first option.
Good. Its music might help restore him. Show it to him.
Thaniel! He's still trapped there. He needs help.
It's almost like my music is so bad, it scared him, and woke up in shock.
You've been trapped in the Shadowfell for a century. Take a moment to clear your mind.
A century. You're Halsin. Thaniel said to find you. You must help him, please.
I will, but I need to know where Thaniel is. If I venture into the Shadowfell blind, I will never find him.
I'm not sure I can put it into words. The landscape there shifts and changes.
Options here doesn't matter that much either, so I'm just gonna choose the first one.
Lavender. Whenever I saw Thaniel, I always smelled lavender.
I can work with that. Rest now. Meet me by the lakeshore. I have what we need to proceed, but I'll need your help. Be ready. This may prove perilous.
Now look at that, Halsin inspired Minthara. You see the inspiration we used before hasn't gone waste. Now the lakeshore is just over here, and then we can send the party over. A very difficult fight is about to start. Make sure you save your game and do some preparation, maybe even set up the battlefield with some oil barrels. Now once we are ready, talk to Halsin.
You're here. Good. Now we can begin. Very well. Once I begin the ritual, a portal to the Shadowfell will open, one that will help me save Thaniel. Whatever happens, I must go alone.
Now we want to help him however we can.
With the Oakfather's blessing, I can infiltrate the Shadowfell, but doing so will sap my strength. I'll need your help if I'm to return. I need you to stay here, keep the portal open until I return, and defend it at all costs.
Yep, you can count on Minthara, Halsin.
Good. Now it's important that only I pass through the portal once it opens. The magic is fragile. Any mistake, and our one chance will be lost forever. It took me years of study, of seeking the Oakfather's favor. to find a way to part the veil. Pray that this works. Oak Father, hear me. Aid me. Force open the jaws of darkness. Make passage for your vessel of light. It's ready. I'll return with Thaniel as soon as possible. Stay close to the portal. Buy me what time you can.
Now the fight will start immediately. All we need to do is to last 5 turns. It can be quite a tough fight, but with Paladin and enough time to set up the battlefield, we should be able to survive. When the fight is over, Halsin will be back with Thaniel.
It's done. I have him. But something's wrong. Dreadfully wrong. No. It can't be. Yes. I'll bring him back to camp. He'll be safest with us. I need to examine him. I need to understand what's wrong. It's almost like something's missing from him. Come see us when you can.
Okay, now we can go back to the camp and talk to Halsin.
Thaniel is resting, but it's no easy slumber. I discovered what's wrong with him. The shadows rendered him in two when they bore him away to the Shadowfell. Half of his essence remained here, amidst the curse. What stayed behind would have been the strongest part of him. But after all these years left in the darkness, corruption must have taken hold. It's both simple and not. We need to find Thaniel's missing half and make him whole again. Only the missing half may not come willingly. The curse will have sunk its tendrils deep, twisting Thaniel's essence into something else. No matter how it's been twisted by the shadows, it is still part of Thaniel's essence. It will resemble him somehow and may show signs of his power. Look for signs of life in the darkness, wildflowers where everything else is dead. The curse cannot subdue the power Thaniel bears. Not entirely. In fact, I saw just the sort before, not long after we first came within reach of the Shadow Curse. Fool that I am, I did not grasp their significance at the time. There is a ruin some way outside of Last Light. I caught a glimpse of fresh blooms there, but did not investigate further. I shall mark it upon your map.
Of course, Halsin. Minthara is born to serve you.
This doesn't have to be your burden alone. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your side. If you want me, I'm yours. Against the curse, against the absolute... anything. Just say the word.
There we go. Halsin now can join the party.
Good. Now our roots can deepen. Together.
Now with Halsin in the party, we are very strong. So we will be starting from Last Night Inn again and heading towards House in the Deep Shadows, which is located here on the map.
Yeah. There's more where that came from.
So from the waypoint, we're just going this way.
Wish we had
Last Light Inn. We rallied here once, years ago, before the assault on Moonrise Towers.
And go up here.
The Archdruid at the time spoke to us all,
Turn
inspiring
right.
our courage. He was a fine leader.
Here we can see a group of dead people, and we're crossing the tree trunk here. And go left here and continue on. And here we should discover a waypoint and go across the tree trunk again. You need to make sure Halsin is in the party, otherwise the story will go quite differently.
Someone new. Maybe. Boo! I scared you! I saw it! Nobody beats me at hide and seek.
That's him. Like an echo of Thaniel, remolded by the curse. We need him if we're to put a stop to all of this.
Will you play with me?
So we want to convince Oliver to go back to Thaniel.
Spoil sport. I'm not going back. I like it here. I've made a family for myself. I get to play all the time.
You have to go home, Oliver.
Yes, I do. You can't make me do anything. I don't want to play with you anymore.
He's fled. We need to track him down. Wherever the curse is the strongest, that's where he'll go. That's where he'll feel safe.
Now save your game again and we are following him into the portal. As soon as we go in, a fight will initiate, but this one shouldn't be too difficult. When the fight is over, Oliver will talk to us again.
Why can't I just stay here playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right here! And you've ruined it. I'm not leaving. You can't make me.
Be gentle. He's much more than a child. But he doesn't truly know that.
It's up to you which option you choose, but I decided to be kinder to the kid.
He's nothing to me. He left me here all this time. I had to do everything for myself. Even when it was scary, even when I was alone. I didn't give up.
Again, we want them to be reunited.
But would he even want me back? I've changed. A lot.
We can see he's already softening up.
So I wouldn't have to make up friends to play with anymore. I'd have someone real. I'd like that. And he would too, I think. All right, I'll do it. I want to do it.
Well done.
Are you crying? You're a bit big to be crying. But I suppose that's okay. Bye. And thank you for playing with me.
There we go, Oliver is convinced, and he is going back to Thaniel.
It's done, at last. Soon the land will be unshrouded. We should return to Thaniel when we can.
Now let's head back to the camp and check up on Halsin and Thaniel.
The druid Halsin spoke to me while I was sleeping. He spoke of you. Said that you fought shadow and spite to restore me. 100 years of sickness almost ended. I feel every root that riddles the earth beginning to unfold. But there is one anchor, still holding the shadows in place. The soul that brought it into being, for the land to heal. Ketheric Thorm must die.
Minthara just looking at the kids, deep in thought. Now from here, the quest is finished. You can continue on with other activities in Act 2 until you defeat the final boss in Act 2, Ketheric Thorm, and that will conclude this questline. Now there we have it. This is how you can lift the Shadow Curse, save Thaniel, and recruit Halsin into your party. Now I hope you find this video useful. Please leave a like and consider subscribing for more content gaming. Thanks for watching and see you next time.